Tire.
Of the Chicago Bears.
This is how you make fire.
Ted helps the United Way build stronger communities by participating in programs that promote confidence and self-sufficiency.
Okay, that's what we call the trust game. Billy trusted me to catch him, so now I'm going to trust Mike to catch me.
Trust takes time.
Jamie Martin and the Rams offense getting set to go. They will have the ball as we begin the second half. Let's go down to Pam Oliver. Pam.
All right, Joe, talked to both coaches at halftime. First, Mike Martz. He says he feels like the team responded well with Kurt Warner out and Jamie Martin in. He says he will not alter his play calling because of the quarterback situation. He just feels that Jamie needs to be more aggressive passing the ball. As for the Dallas Cowboys, Dave Campo says defensively, same game plan, get after the quarterback. They want to run the ball better. Back to you.
All right, Pam, that last drive by the Rams, guys, not only tied the score, but it got some life back around here. And I think no matter who you talk to, they say that we're just lacking that spark. Maybe the spark's back in an ironic fashion because of the injury to Warner.
And remember 100 years ago when we started this game, when the storyline was the two offensive lines and what they could get done. Clearly the storylines have changed just a little bit as this game has gone on today.
You know, I think if you look at the guy who's really probably gone unnoticed in this game is Quincy Carter. The job that he's done. He's only had 3 incompletions, and he may not be playing like Donovan McNabb, but he's certainly playing a lot like Kurt Warner.
Well, Kurt Warner isn't going to be playing for a while, it would seem, and it's going to be a battle between Carter and Martin. There are the 3 incompletions on the part of Quincy Carter, 14 out of 17. Pass yardage actually favors the Rams. Total yardage to the Rams, and that last drive has a lot to do with it. 13 first downs to the Cowboys 9. But then that big stat, turnovers. Time of possession, that has always been the blueprint to try and beat the Rams in years past, is hang on to the ball and keep it away from Warner and company.
And I wonder if Mike Martz will come back out with that 2-minute offense. That seemed to give him a little spark at the end of the half.
Knorr kicks it away, and Wilkins from the goal line. Cut it up and got a few extra yards. They're going to mark him out of bounds right at the 25. Wayne Goodrich made the stop.
Well, you look there at Jamie Martin's numbers, and he played well too, and you got to consider that this is a guy who doesn't get any reps in the week leading up to the game. Kurt Warner is a guy who wants to take all the snaps, so you know he's coming in cold, and for him to be able to come in and do what he's been able to do and get this offense ignited and get a little emotion behind him, that's an impressive job there in that first half.
Spreading it out here early on.
Faulk in the backfield, and he gets it. It goes nowhere. So the Rams keep it on the ground with the first play from scrimmage as Ekuban made the stop. He's back in there after being yanked out of the lineup by Dave Campo after the roughing the passer call late in the first half.
And Marshall Faulk's a guy that seems to get better as the season goes along. You look at his statistics month by month, and September has always been the least yards per carry as far as Marshall Faulk was concerned.
Second down and 10. Fake toss. Pressure. Martin hangs in and completes it. What a throw to Holt. And Martin got crunched after he got rid of it.
What a great job by Jamie Martin of hanging in there. Brandon Noble, the nose tackle right here, number 75, is going to come after him, and he comes untouched, puts a big hit on Jamie Martin, and that looked like Kurt Warner as far as hanging in the pocket, taking the hit, delivering a perfect strike to Torrey Holt.
And Derek Ross just missed making the same kind of interception that Darren Woodson did earlier, falling back underneath that corner route.
Marshall Faulk lowers his head and picks up 6.
Wow, I tell you what, if Marshall Faulk's neck is hurting him, you couldn't tell it by that play. I think that one dropped screen pass by Marshall Faulk got him a little fired up. You saw him go over to the sideline, sling his helmet. He wasn't happy with himself. And I know sometimes when you have an injury, you have a tendency to be a little hesitant. That hesitation is now gone for Marshall Faulk.
Yeah, you can hear the collision right there.
Second down and 4. Faulk met at the line of scrimmage and thrown backward. A loss on the play. 2.
Well, and that's Kevin Hardy, the guy they brought in, linebacker, Jacksonville last year, and he's really been a great addition. We talked about Leroy Glover and his job in the locker room and being a leader for this football team. Kevin Hardy is that same guy, and he does a lot of different things. He can play the run, but he also has been brought in order to be able to rush the passer. And his knee, had a bad knee injury a year ago, and it seems to be fine. He's running very well with it.
Opening drive of the second half. 3rd and 6. Blitz coming. Rams pick it up, and the pass is behind Faulk. It hit Coakley in the back.
Well, another nice job there of protection, and the Cowboys trying to bring Roy Williams off the corner to put pressure, and Ernie Conwell they kept in. They're tied in, and he does a nice job of seeing it and picking it up and giving Jamie some time to throw the football. And looked like he might have had a shot had he have thrown a little better pass. Might have had a shot at a completion.
Boy, it sure is nice having a linebacker like Dexter Coakley that can run like that, though. He was 25 yards down the field.
3rd punt for Mitch Berger. Swinton will let it go over his head and into the end zone. One aspect to the Rams so far is with Berger able to drop it inside the 20. This time he can't, and the Cowboys have it. First crack at it on offense for Quincy Carter and the Dallas Cowboys in a 7-7 game. During the break, we thought, uh-oh, we've made a mistake. There's a flag on the field. We shouldn't have gone to commercial, but somebody lost their flag. Where did that come from?
So I wonder what would have happened if there had been a pass interference on the next one. Had to throw your shirt out there.
On their own 20. Emmitt Smith. Gain of 5 on first down. And we talk baseball. Playoffs will start. The magical matchups Tuesday. Game 1, division series. You know the matchups by now. Prime time, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Sox are not going to make it this year. They were eliminated in May. Looked like a mistake on the handoff as Hambrick almost ran into Quincy Carter. No gain on the play. 3rd down coming up for Dallas.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It looked like just a miscommunication on exactly the ball handling that was taking place there. That play didn't have a chance from the start.
And the Cowboys need to get something going on offense. They had the one nice drive, and that looks like somebody needs to put a 10 over that circus. But this is an offense that really has 4 offensive touchdowns in 4 games, and they have been running in the mud here for the last quarter and a half.
They back out of the blitz, run it with Hambrick. The Cowboys do. Penalty flags on the play. And Hambrick is brought down right at the first down marker. Looked like he was brought down short. And the Rams are indicating it's a hold against Dallas. Hambrick was inches short of a first down anyway. And we'll see if the Rams accept the penalty.
Well, one of the things that the Cowboys like to do with their wide receivers is bring them down in motion. They like to bring them down in motion, and you see right there, 87, Kenyon Rambo, he will grab Leonard Little, bring him to the ground, and that's who they got for the holding.
Those wide receivers are strong guys, though, man. That was good. You're going to yank them down, yank them good.
I don't think Campo's going to be too impressed with their
holding. Offense, number 87. Penalty is declined. 4th down.
Because Hambrick was literally inches short of the first down. The Rams decline the penalty. It brings up 4th and inches, and the Cowboys bring their punt team on the field.
And they have tried everything possible to get Leonard Little blocked today, and none of it's worked. They've tried tight ends, they've tried backs, they've tried their tackles, now they're trying their wide receivers. Leonard Little so far the defensive MVP for the Rams.
Wilkins waiting deep. tackle broke through but could not get to Norr. Fair catch called for by Terrence Wilkins, who has made his biggest contribution on special teams. The Rams get it back in a tie game.
Is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
We welcome you back to St. Louis. Troy Aikman landed here the other day. You went to visit your very good friend and former coach, Ernie Zampese.
Yeah, I sure did. And he was coordinated a lot of great offenses, one that I had a chance to be a part of, made a lot of great friends and a lot of special relationships. And we're glad he's doing well. He's back home watching this game. Hello, Ernie.
Faulk has the ball pop out as he hits the ground. Edwards, a good play, a gain of 5. Ernie Zampese suffering a stroke a week ago, and that's going to take him out of the mix as part of Mike Martz's not only coaching staff, but one of his confidants and somebody he can lean on with all that experience. Edwards is down and grabbing his left side, left arm after making a very good tackle, flipping Marshall Faulk.
And I tell you what, it's a tough spot here. They don't have many corners left that are active.
Second down for the Rams when we come back. Mario Edwards being looked at on the sideline, and Dwayne Goodrich comes in and takes over at right corner. Second down and 5 for the Rams. Blitz coming. Quick throw to Faulk. 28, Woodson came on the blitz. The pass was complete to Faulk, but only for 2 yards.
That's a good job by Darren Woodson getting in there and getting pressure. It's also a nice job by Jamie Martin getting rid of the football. But what the Cowboys wanted to accomplish, they were able to get him to make Martin get rid of the football early. He does, but then Kevin Hardy's there to make the play.
Well, the other thing the Cowboys are doing today is they feel like they need to run blitz, not necessarily in passing situations to blitz, but when they think the Rams are going to run the football, that's when they want to come bring the pressure.
3rd and 3. Out of the backfield, Faulk, and a first down for the Rams. I mean, if you're Dallas, don't you have to have somebody just looking at Marshall Faulk on every play now with Jamie Martin in at quarterback? If you didn't already coming into this game?
Well, you obviously do, because everybody that plays against the Rams knows, as we take a look there at Mike Zimmer, who puts together this defense, and everybody coming in knows Marshall Faulk is going to be the guy you're trying to get the ball to. It's just that they can align him in so many different positions. You can't go man-to-man with him because he's too good for that. So you got to zone him, but you're never really sure where it is he's going to be.
Edwards back in the lineup. First down for St. Louis. A pocket for Martin. And the catch is made. The ball was down before it popped out. Torrey Holt with the reception. Coakley made the stop. And a minimal gain on the play.
A couple of points there on that one. One, Dexter Coakley can really run. When he locks in on a receiver and decides he's going to go get him, he can get there in a big hurry. But the other point being, this Rams offensive line is really doing a pretty nice job. I really didn't think they'd be able to get the Cowboys block coming into this one, but they've gotten it done.
Second down and 9 after that completion to Holt for 1. Four-man rush. Marshall Faulk. He got to the 41. That's it. A gain of 2. Conservative on this drive so far for the Rams.
Looked like that ball almost popped out again on Marshall Faulk. Got hit right on it with a helmet. And I think that's the reason you didn't see his typical spin or fancy move inside the hole. He had to fight back and get the football.
Yeah, and early on in this ball game, we saw Marshall Faulk getting the ball on the ground. He was making some big gains. You mentioned the line, the job that they're doing in pass protection. They are doing a good job there, but they've been unable to move out this defensive line for the Cowboys and create some running lanes for Marshall Faulk.
Well, you saw Faulk tell Larry Nemmers the ball's wet. So before the play, and with the play clock down at 15 and counting, Nemmers blew his whistle, went in and got a dry ball.
That shouldn't happen in a dome, should it?
You wouldn't think. Unless you're just sweating so profusely that it's just too hard to hang on to. 3rd and 7. Decent protection again. Ricky Prohl has a first down for St. Louis. First time we've said Prohl's name today, and what's new, another first down catch for number 87.
And Ricky Prohl is one of the guys who I really think is one of the underappreciated guys for this team, and not within the organization, but I think for the fans and the press. And you see what he does here. He does a great job of coming out on the route, knowing where the soft spot is in that defense, and making the play. And I've talked about it before. It seems like whenever you need a key play, a key reception, Ricky Prohl's the guy usually bringing it in.
Play clock at 7. Quick throw, the ball's tipped and incomplete. Another blitz by the Dallas Cowboys. Keith Adams in the middle of that play.
Keith Adams getting his chance to play today, and you know, he was actually the third middle linebacker. Dat Wynn goes down and Jamal Brooks goes down, and so all of a sudden you're looking at Keith Adams, and he got a start last week, and you know, he runs real well. He's got some areas where he's got to improve in, but for a guy who hasn't had much playing time, he's really done a nice job for this team.
Second down and 10 now. Martin steps up, has his man wide open. That's Bruce, and that's a first down at the Dallas 31.
I don't care who you are. If you get protection like John St. Clair is giving out here on the outside against Greg Ellis. Greg Ellis is 4.5 sacks on the season. That's second in the National Football League. And John St. Clair is supposed to be a liability. Perfect protection. Give Jamie Martin a chance to step up. That's easy then.
So now inside Dallas territory.
I think the thing you're also starting to sense, you're really starting to sense the confidence grow for Jamie Martin with each completion that he gets.
Well, nothing new for these fans. The Rams have to burn a timeout trying to get a play in.
Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 37. By Visa, it's everywhere NFL fans want to be. By WebMD, the place America comes for healthcare answers. And by Toyota, get the feeling.
Quincy Carter can just try to loosen up and watch as the Rams go down the field on the Dallas defense. First down, St. Louis at the 31. Holt. They're going to mark him down at the 25. Gain of 6. And now a penalty flag comes in late.
Tackle by Ross. Penalty flag down.
Going to move St. Louis back. It could be on one of those offensive linemen getting downfield and delivering a late blow.
Unsportsmanlike conduct after the play was over on the offensive team, number 70, who was taunting. The down will count at second down, 15 yards from the end of the run.
Well, you called it, Joe. You see right there, number 70, John St. Clair. And here's the one they're going to get right here. That's the one the official always sees. They never see what happens leading up to it. They get the guy who makes the last blow.
He didn't look like the taunter. He looked like the tauntee in that one.
That's a major penalty called against St. Louis. It takes the ball all the way back to the 40 and brings up second and 19. Say, I can't believe St. Clair's gotten to the point where he's taunting, but he had had enough. And now Dallas jumps.
That's a great job by the quarterback there. Great job by Jamie Martin using snap count as a weapon to draw off the defense and help get some of those yards back. He'll pick up 5 yards here.
Leroy Glover looked like he was starting the 100 meters.
Yeah, I think they had passing downs in mind. They were coming after him.
On the defense, number 97. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
And we really can't emphasize enough the job the Rams are doing with their protection, because now what we're seeing out of Mike Martz is a willingness to open up this offense, to put the 3 wide receivers, to put the 4 wide receivers in, because now he has faith in what Grant Williams and John St. Clair are doing.
And that's where the Rams have an advantage on this Dallas secondary. 3 wide receivers in here. Second down. Wide open Cole. Did you see that little move to turn his body to end up going forward as he made that catch and pick up a couple extra yards?
Well, it really does a nice job, there's no question. And Chris, you talked about the confidence that they're getting with the tackles and the offensive line. Here's a look at the play here.
Look at this
protection once again. And Jamie Martin again throwing a strike. And to go back on that, he's also showing, Mike Martz is also showing confidence in Jamie Martin. And yesterday he talked to us about having trust in his players. He's showing the confidence and showing Jamie Martin that he has trust in him by calling some of the plays that he's calling in this game.
No sacks all day for the Dallas defense. They come with a blitz. That's Conwell. And that's a first down and another pretty throw by Martin.
That's just a great job by an offensive football team. Overcoming an adverse situation, you get the penalty which sets you back, and being able to go down the field and pick up this first down says a lot for this team right now.
And for Jamie Martin as well, with Kurt Warner on the sideline, a guy that is not getting the reps in practice. My guess is he probably ran 4 or 5 plays with the first string offense all week to understand that blitz protection, get the ball out hot, and pick up the first down.
Another blitz over the middle. Marshall Faulk with a move. Down to the 6.
The Cowboys are reverting back to what they did last week. They want to bring pressure. They bring Darren Woodson off the edge. They don't get there. They're able to get the ball to Marshall Faulk, and from this point on, it's just purely number 28. What a great job of running, making guys miss, and getting some yards.
How about Martin on this drive? 8 out of 9. 2nd and 1. Faulk brought down in the backfield, and a good play by Darren Woodson.
You know, I tell you, we talk so much about Emmitt Smith and the record that he's going to have, but the one guy who has been such a great football player for the Dallas Cowboys for so long, Darren Woodson, is already the 2nd leading tackler. By the end of this season, he's probably going to catch and pass Leroy Jordan, be the all-time leader in Cowboys history in tackles, whether it be in the secondary or coming up and blitzing or making plays against the run. Darren Woodson's a great football player.
3rd and 3. Martin with time. Incomplete. Back of the end zone, and nearly a circus catch by Torrey Holt.
And I was at the Rams practice on Friday, and Torrey made that circus catch that day. They worked on that play right there. They talked to Kurt Warner at the time. He was the one throwing the ball in practice about getting it up high, allowing Torrey to have an opportunity to bring it in. You see the athleticism and his ability to leap.
Wow.
And at the last minute, it's Mario Edwards knocking it out of his hands. Otherwise, that's a touchdown.
Because that would have been a force out. If he had just come down with the ball, they would have ruled force out and touchdown.
27-yard try puts St. Louis on top for the first time today. And for the first time in a long time, the Rams have the lead with 2:05 left in the 3rd quarter. The latest the Rams have had the lead in a game all season. 2:05 left in the 3rd quarter. It's 10-7 St. Louis. And it's Jamie Martin leading the offense down the field on an 8.5-minute drive.
That was a real good drive by the Rams, and as we talked about, it was a great job of them overcoming the penalty and getting down there. Also, however, a good job by the Cowboy defense keeping them out of the end zone.
But I also think that Cowboys defense is starting to wear down. And if this Cowboys offense doesn't get it going here pretty soon, it could end up being a blowout here at the 4th quarter.
Swinton from the 2. They're going to mark Swinton down near the 24-yard line.
You just can't expect your defense to hold up forever when your offense is just constantly going punt, 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 into half, punt. At some point, you have to step up and make some plays. They don't seem to have a lot of confidence in their running game, and they've been able to complete some passes underneath, but really no threats whatsoever down the field.
Throws high and caught by Whalen. Gain of 6.
Well, you look at Grant Wistrom. He works up inside. He goes inside of Flozell Adams. He's yelling at the official, thinking he got hold. No question. No question he got grabbed there. And Grant runs over to the official saying, hey, if that's not hold, there is no such thing as a hold in this league.
Second down and 4. Quick throw, caught. Tackled immediately as Bryant with a first down.
Remember, the Cowboys opened the game with a little hesitation and go route to Antonio Bryant. Got in behind Aeneas Williams. Maybe just about time for something like that again. I played in Bruce Coslett's offense in Cincinnati, and it's really shrunken here with the Dallas Cowboys. I know he likes to run the football, play action, get it down the field, but with the lack of the running game, hasn't been able to do it.
Smith cuts back, but just does not have the Jets. A gain of only 1. He had a lot of room out here to run, but just couldn't get it started.
Well, first it looked like there was a little miscommunication as far as the handoff, but once he got the ball in his hands, there's no question there was tremendous hesitation on him running. And you look at what he's done in this game, 11 rushes, 53 yards, but 30 of those came on one play. So you're talking about basically 10 runs for 23 yards, and that's just a little over 2 yards per carry.
Second down. And now Smith drops it.
And Troy, I want to get back to what we were talking about just a moment ago, and that is the Cowboys' new run blocking scheme. It's a zone blocking scheme. It's not you're just taking a guy and trying to drive him off the ball. You're trying to get position, moving out in front of the guy, sometimes passing him off to the guy that comes in behind him. And right now, Emmitt Smith is taking it all the way behind the blocking scheme where there is no protection. He has to get out in front and then make his cut.
3rd and 9. Catch is made and out of bounds. It appears with a first down as Whalen, who's been a favorite target of Quincy Carter here today.
Yeah, and James Whalen is a guy who has put on some weight. When he first joined the Cowboys, he was undersized. They didn't know for sure whether or not he'd be a very effective tight end because he's not a very good blocker, but they've been able to put a little weight on him and then also utilize some of the things that he does best. He's not asked to do a lot of blocking. He gets out there in the H-back and makes plays like that.
Last play of the 3rd quarter. Airing it out. Bly with the interception. That should be a penalty on Bly for taking his helmet off. But the meat of the play is right here with Bly catching it over his shoulder like he was the intended receiver. And what a way for the 3rd quarter to come to a close. The Rams will have it when we come back. The NFL on Fox will continue after a word from your local Fox station.
October's bat.
Well, we were expecting Bruce Coslett to take a shot at some point. This time, Dre Bly really just playing it perfectly, and the run out actually helped him to some extent because he got a running start on Joey Galloway. It looked like Galloway hesitated for just a moment, maybe trying to figure out or not expecting the ball to come in. And then Dre Bly doing what we've seen all season long. I don't know why it's not a 15-yard penalty, and it should have been.
Yeah, you know what? I think that if at any point if the player takes their helmet off, whether they take it off walking to the sidelines, at any point if they take a helmet off on the field of play, they should be penalized.
Unless you're a Browns fan. From their own 3. Marshall Faulk gets it to the 5. Gain of 2.
But despite the interception, it's not a horrible play for the Dallas Cowboys if their defense can come out here and shut them down in 3 plays and force the punt. Then you get the ball back somewhere around midfield. So a really important sequence right now for the Rams and for the Cowboys.
Jumped too soon.
Well, if you want to know what it sounds like.
Full start, 86 offense, half the distance to the goal, still second down.
To be down on the football field, you got a pretty good feel for it right there. All the calls being made by both the offensive lines and the defensive lines, and linebackers trying to get people situated. And sometimes somebody on the offensive line or a tight end will hear one of those defensive calls and mistake it for the snap count.
Yeah, if you're going to go outside, down there is where to do it. It was only 2.5-yard penalty.
Second and 10. Nearly picked off. Williams had a shot at it. Edwards did as well, and when Williams and Edwards came together, the ball came out.
Yeah, Williams was coming across. He had the chance to get it, and he's the safety coming over the top. You see him right there, and then him and Edwards, he had it in his hands. Edwards knocks it out, and Isaac Bruce, he's got to go back and try to make a play on that ball. He just stood and watched it all happen, and I don't know if the ball got tipped or not. It might have, but
I'll tell you what, a huge sigh of relief over there on that Rams sideline after that throw, though. That was a duck.
Play clock down to 1. Up the middle, no one there. Bruce was the closest to it. Now exactly what you talked about, Chris, like a good punt. The Cowboys figure to get it back, even with that interception, with pretty good field position.
They get it back with good field position. The other thing to make note of here is that Mitch Berger is not going to be getting the full 15 yards that he's used to on the punts. And that's, as an offense, the first thing you want to do when you're backed up is you want to get that first down, at least one, so you can give your punter some room. You can see right here, he's going to be limited to about a 12-yard drop to punt this ball.
But they're not trying to block it.
Poor punt, line drive, and a chance for Swinton. Trying to find room to run, and he's got it. Good field position inside the 35. With that little room to work, Berger gets off a line drive, and Swinton a good return. From the Ram 34. Handoff down at Smith. Down to the 29. Gain of 5. Ryan Pickett made the stop.
That's a great first down play for the Dallas Cowboys just to get them started. There really hasn't been many running lanes so far in this ball game, and Ryan Pickett coming back from that cracked kneecap, boy, did he explode off the ball there and almost hit him in the backfield.
On second down, Smith trying to get outside, can't. Penalty flag on the play. Pickett claiming he was held, and he may be right. This is a hold against Dallas and a huge Cowboy penalty. Pickett's been a handful here in this second half.
Holding offense number 65. 10-yard penalty. Repeat. Second down.
Probably something Gerard wouldn't have to do, but for the knee injury he sustained late in the week of practice, you're just unable to get out in front to make the block there, so just grab a big chunk of the jersey, and then it still paid the price. That's a huge penalty, knocking them back out of field goal range.
Second and 17 from the 41.
They really wanted to work Darnay Scott back into this offense. He played with Bruce Coslett in Cincinnati. Felt like he had a better understanding of what they're trying to do out there, but you have to catch this football. This puts you right back in field goal range. It's an easy catch, no excuse whatsoever.
And Grant Lidstrom, I'll tell you what, he's been close a lot today. He's been putting a lot of pressure on Quincy Carter. Third down. Catch made, but way shy of a first down. And you wonder what the play call is there. Well, I think what they're trying to do there is get something that will allow them to get into field goal position and try to make a field goal attempt.
They didn't succeed.
No, they didn't. They didn't get nearly enough yards. The route wasn't nearly deep enough to do that. And now they're going to have to be punting the football.
Well, you could question that play call only because, forget the first down, they didn't have near enough yardage to bring Billy Cundiff, their field goal kicker, onto the field. That'll be a delay game, and the Cowboys couldn't care less.
Now, I don't know what kind of range Cundiff has, but when you're in a dome and you're at the 35-yard line, that makes it, what, 53-yard field goal. Most kickers in the National Football League want to take a shot from there.
Well, you can't take that risk with a rookie kicker.
Offense, penalty is declined, fourth down.
That's a big risk because they would be getting the ball where it is that they're trying to attempt a field goal. But one of the reasons Billy Cundiff made this football team was because of the fact that he has the strong leg.
Mike Anor.
Catch it.
The Cowboys let it drop, and it goes into the end zone. Randall Williams had a chance to catch it, and he let it bounce, and Joe Avisano's hot.
Because the receiver wasn't in position, they could have literally caught the ball themselves there and downed it.
Ford, no boundaries. By Sprint, introducing PCS Vision. Clearly a whole new way to look at wireless. By Dr. Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper bottler. Be you, nothing's better, Dr. Pepper. And by Subway, fresh made sandwiches on fresh baked bread. Subway, eat fresh.
Who would have thought with 11.5 minutes remaining in this game that we'd be able to say the Rams offensive line has outplayed the Dallas offensive line. Starting with it from their own 20. And St. Clair was off and moving before the snap.
Before the ball was snapped, false start on the offense, number 77. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Take a look at the recap. And obviously the biggest story of the day still is the injury to Warner, the broken pinky. The throw to Darnay Scott for the first 7 points of this game, but Jamie Martin had an answer to Isaac Bruce. Put a big smile on the face of Kurt Warner. First time he's smiled in a while. It's first and 15. Toss to Faulk. Trying to get that 5 yards back. Instead, he got 3. Look at it statistically. Jamie Martin's thrown for 225 yards with a touchdown and a pick. Quincy Carter's thrown only 6 incompletions with a touchdown and a pick. Marshall Faulk over 120 total yards. And Emmitt Smith 12 carries for 51 yards, but there's a 30-yarder mixed in there. Second down at 12. Martin gets pressure, and the incompletion will bring up 3rd and long.
Yeah. Kevin Hardy that time went down as a 5th defensive lineman on the outside working against St. Clair, and you can see the quickness out of Kevin Hardy and the hold by John St. Clair. It's one of the things that they really liked about Hardy. They didn't feel like Jacksonville used him as much as a pass rusher as they would have had they brought him here. They dropped him back into coverage. The plan in Dallas was to bring him after the quarterback.
Delayed handoff. That's Faulk. short of a first down by a yard. Dixon came up and made a big stop.
And Dexter Coakley right here, he gets leveled. Andy McCall in the center just lays him out. Marshall Faulk got real close to picking up that first down.
As Howie Long likes to say, the big truck beats the little truck every time.
Dixon really made a first down saving hit on Marshall Faulk. And on 4th and a yard, the 5th punt from Berger. Much better punt. And it's tapped down by the Rams. Back inside the 25. 40-yard punt. And the Cowboys will have it at their own 24-yard line. Quincy Carter back to work with the Cowboys down 3.
Anything but round and greasy.
How about a hot, mouth-watering Dijon horseradish melt on Monterey cheddar cheese bread? Or a delicious hot sweet onion chicken teriyaki?
Jim, thanks, man.
Football season's back, and so are Subway's 32-ounce trivia cups. Upsize your fresh value meal and grab one today.
What makes bodies in motion remain in motion? What makes what goes up stay up? And what makes what goes down get back up? Whatever it is, it ain't physics.
Ford trucks are driven hard every day, and built Ford tough means power. Power to take whatever you can dish out. It's made us the truck leader in this country. Our trucks are built to work, and low-end torque is where the work is done. And so when you hit the accelerator, we have great low-end torque. You can't fake it. Power is something that we're going to hang our hat on. We're going to be known for it.
10 Hollywood stars will come face-to-face with 3 real-life drill instructors in the ultimate competition, Celebrity Boot Camp.
The Brady Bunch is over! Welcome to my world!
Can these rich and famous survive getting down and dirty?
I'm coming for you, Kato!
Only one can win. Celebrity Boot Camp, a 2-hour special at 8 Fox Monday.
The Dallas offense has been shut down by this Rams defense, which started the day ranked 16th in the league. Under 10 to play. Fake reverse. Carter keeps it, nowhere to throw it. So now he's flushed and running and sliding forward. Marked down right at the first down marker.
That was really pretty well designed by the Cowboys. They had run the reverse earlier, and now they come off of it with the fake. Quincy Carter fakes it there. They're looking for Joey Galloway down the field, but the Rams do a great job with Kim Herring and Adam Archuleta right there. They see it the whole way. They don't give the Cowboys an opportunity to throw the football. Quincy does the smart thing, the thing that so many people have been wanting to see him do, and takes off scrambling and gets a big gain.
Got the first down. Penalty flags before the snap.
Prior to the ball being snapped, ball started in the offense, number 70. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Boy, I'm telling you, when you're struggling on offense anyway, to start out 1st and 15 instead of 1st and 10 really makes a difference. Javier Collins that time with the false start.
Dallas, 1st and 15.
Last season, 45 carries, 150 yards for Carter. So far this year, 9 for 20. Over the middle, caught by Galloway. Brought down short of a first down by 2 yards, and we go to Los Angeles for a game break, and James Brown.
Hey, Joe, Saints were trailing by 16, cut it to 8 here. Look at Deuce McAllister. Nifty moves up the gut, 12 yards for the score. Aaron Brooks with a 2-point conversion. It's now 23-15 Detroit. Game now in the 4th. Back to Joe, Troy, and Chris.
Pam Oliver as well, and thanks for handing it back. We mentioned that last week New Orleans came back from a 20-0 deficit against Chicago and trying to spoil the day for Marty Mornhinweg and the Detroit Lions today.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes the NFL so great, is that on any given week anybody can play, and really exciting for the fans to support this game.
2nd down and 2. Play action. Over the middle, the fullback Thomas has a first down. Just shy of the 49-yard line.
Tackled by 58, Don Jacobs.
Leonard Little really taking an inside move here, coming right on the inside, which opens up the outside. That time for Robert Thomas to get an easy completion and created a short corner.
First down. And incomplete. Again, it was Whalen, the intended receiver. It's a Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader next week, beginning with America's #1 pregame show. JB, Terry, Howie, and Jimmy get you ready for kickoff. Then it's Michael Strahan and the New York Giants taking on these Cowboys. Or the late game is St. Louis out on the coast to take on San Francisco in an NFC West battle. Noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific next week. Hambrick. Troy Hambrick with a first down. Wistrom yelling at the rookie Robert Thomas after that play.
Well, and that's the thing that the Cowboys are able to do when they have Hambrick in the ball game. They spread him out with a 3-wide set. They limit the number of defenders in the box. They come back and they hand it to Hambrick, and he's able to get outside, and he does a nice job of showing a burst once he gets to that sideline and picking up some yards.
And he stays in the game. That's the important thing when you have a run like that.
And they pitch it to him. Wistrom chasing him. And the tackle made. That time Bly stood his ground. A gain of 3.
Joey Galloway could have made this play go. Misses a block on the outside. And Dre Bly able to avoid that one and come up and make the stick. But I tell you what, that's the hardest run I've seen out of Troy Hambrick. Really lowered his shoulder and got the extra yard.
And you talk about Joey Galloway and his block there. And when the play is going to be that slow to develop, you don't want to try to cut the corner. You got to stay up high on him.
Great point.
Dallas with some life now. Quincy Carter throws on the run, and it's caught by Whalen. Another Dallas first down.
And guys, I don't think we can emphasize enough just how important this final 7 minutes are to these two football teams. I remember you're 1-2 for the Dallas Cowboys. You lose, you go to 1-3. You're 0-3 for the Rams. You lose, you go to 0-4. In all likelihood, one of these two teams kind of disappear after today and begin a slow fade.
Well, the Rams sure aren't looking like they're a real desperate team at this point. They should be.
That's Emmitt Smith. Gets smacked. He got a couple trying the left side on a cutback.
I think one of the things that has hurt this Rams team at this early a stage in the season is that their defense has not been able to stop the opponents when they've had to on defense. And so last week they did a nice job in the second half against Tampa, but you go back to the Denver game, you go back to the Giant game, when they needed to make a stop, they were unable to do it, and they need to make a stop here.
9th play of the drive, 2nd and 7. Bryant, penalty flag on the play, and Antonio Bryant is a yard shy of the first down.
That was a hell of a catch by Antonio Bryant, but it's going to come back. It looked like there was some kind of hold.
Penalty flag down.
Larry Nemmers is our referee. He'll give us a call.
Looked like Adam Archuleta coming on the blitz got held.
First of all, there is no foul on the right tackle, number 77. That was not a hold, it was a rip, but there is a hold on the back out of the backfield, number 22. That's a 10-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
Archuleta coming on the outside right there. I think they're saying there was no hold there, but Emmett's right up on the top. Maybe that's the hold.
It looked like there were both holds. Really, they could have picked either one.
O.J. Brigance is in the lineup Of course, St. Louis at least was on that play as the Rams took the rookie Robert Thomas out.
And for the second straight drive now, the Cowboys move down in field goal range, and a holding penalty pushing them out to the brink of field goal range.
Last time it was Gerard. This time they at least call the number of Emmitt Smith. Screenplay for Hambrick. Nice play by Tyoka Jackson. Big play for the Rams defense. A gain of only 5.
It sure looked like it was going to be a lot bigger gain than that. It was a good call. Leonard Little coming off the edge, and good thing they had the screenplay on. Right there, it looked like they had a chance to get a pretty big gain, but Tyoka Jackson, pursuing it from the backside, is able to make the tackle.
3rd and 12. Quincy Carter looking to run. Quincy Carter slides short of a first down.
Oh my goodness, Quincy Carter. Out of all the times to slide, he had the first down, I believe, picked up if he just dives forward on this one. Now, I know there's no bright yellow line out there for the players, but this is the ball game. This is your season in many ways. And the decision to hook slide there really may have cost him a chance to keep this drive going.
No question there. And the guy who was there that he had to run over was Dre Bly, 32, a defensive back. And I agree with you, Chris. In that situation, you've got to do what you can to pick up the first down.
The kick is good. And we're tied 35 yards from Billy Cundiff. It's 10-10 with under 4.5 to play in St. Louis.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Bud Light. For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light.
Quincy Carter slid down 2 yards shy of a first down. So Cundiff hit the field goal. 35-yarder to tie the game at 10. Good drive, though. 11 plays covering 59 yards. Led by Carter. And now Micah Knorr will kick it away. Wilkins waiting deep. They try the near side. Nice cutback. Gets out to the 29. That's where the Rams will take over behind Jamie Martin. Think of the pressure on Mike Martz's quarterback, Jamie Martin. Taking over in this game for the injured Kurt Warner. The Rams at 0-3. 10-10 with 4:15 remaining. Trying to set up a screen. Penalty flag on the play, and what a tackle by Roy Williams. Williams got Faulk around the shoulder pads and ripped him to the ground.
And Jamie Martin lucky that that ball wasn't intercepted. It went through about 3 hands of the Dallas Cowboys that had a chance at it.
Kevin Hardy again coming on the blitz and almost got there, kind of got knocked down at the last minute.
Tripping on the offense, number 61. That's a 10-yard penalty, still first down.
Tom Newton.
That's exactly what it was on Kevin Hardy right there as he went by. Really had no choice, but the silly thing, Troy, is it was a screen. So you don't care. The guy knows he's going to make a spin move.
I'm not sure he was actually trying to. I don't know if that was a purposeful trip, but if it were, then you're right. You're running a screen, you want to allow the rush to come in and throw the ball in behind it.
Boy, since they started bringing Kevin Hardy, though, it's really helped the pressure.
So 1st and 20 for Jamie Martin and this Rams offense. Torrey Holt falls forward short of the original line of scrimmage. A gain of 8. Let's go back to Los Angeles in a game break with James Brown.
Hey, Joe, as we know, Carolina's trying to improve to 4-0 for the first time ever. Rodney Peete, play action, hooking up with the fullback, Brad Hoover. That was the key play to set up that 2-yard run by Lamar Smith. His second touchdown run of the day, 14-10, Carolina. Back to Joe, Troy, Chris, and Pam.
Thanks, JB.
There you go.
They make you shake your head every week, Carolina.
Wow.
They sure do, and they're doing it there in Lambeau.
2nd down and 12. Wide open is Holt. 1st down, St. Louis at their own 47.
If the Cowboys don't win this game, this group right here just simply never got it done all day long. When they're not blitzing, they are not even getting close to Jamie Martin.
And you got Derek Ross, the rookie, out there trying to cover Holt. I mean, that's a mismatch, and no way Derek Ross is going to be able to slow him down.
Just shy of a 100-yard day for Holt. 1st down. Martin comes to this side and throws it incomplete. And Holt was surprised the ball ended up on his side of the field. Brandon Noble had pressure on that last play. The day for Jamie Martin didn't start out well at all. Frustration, but he hung in and found Isaac Bruce for a touchdown. He's had a good day statistics-wise, and now he has an opportunity to lead the Rams down the field, possibly to their first victory of the year.
Yeah, I don't know if you can say enough for the job that he has done here in this game coming off the bench.
Holt, perfect throw, short of a 1st down by about 1.5 yards. Mario Edwards made the quick tackle.
And Torrey Holt, coming off a career-high 12 catches against the Bucs, to me has really become one of the great receivers in this league. I know that sometimes we have a tendency to group all these receivers together, but boy, what a player he's turned into.
The Rams can let the clock wind down to the 2-minute warning if they wish. Cowboys showing blitz, and they come. End around, 1st down, easy for Bruce. Stays in bounds. We've hit the 2-minute warning. And the Cowboys may have to hit the panic button. 13-yard gain on 3rd and 1.5 yards. That's the Mike Martz we're used to seeing, and the Rams we're used to seeing on the move. 6 remaining. The Rams have 2 timeouts. Dallas all 3 of their timeouts. And if the Rams start moving it deeper into Dallas territory, they're going to have to start thinking about using their timeouts on defense. A 10-10 game with 1:56 remaining. And a 1st down for St. Louis at the Dallas 32. Marshall Faulk. Inside the 30 to the 27. Gain of 6. Pepe Zellner made the tackle. Timeout, Dallas. Take a break. Come right back. Jeff Wilkins wondering if he'll get an opportunity today to put the Rams back on top. Made 38 of his last 40 inside 40 yards. The Rams are at the Dallas 27 and do an end around to Ernie Conway. He gets to the 25, and Roy Williams made the hit there, and the Cowboys will spend their 2nd timeout.
Yeah, what a good play by Roy Williams. Showing his speed. Ernie Conwell, obviously not the fastest guy, but they tried to set it up, and then Roy Williams coming over and cutting him off with his angle, and they weren't able to get as much out of the play as what it originally appeared they might get.
He was highly celebrated rookie. Their first pick coming out of Oklahoma. And he's not really been able to do what he does best so far, which is hang around near the line of scrimmage and make those big plays. Had to be used more in pass coverage help, which doesn't really suit his style.
Because they're so weak at the cornerback position. But this is the play of the ball game right here now. If they can hold them on this down, call the timeout, even if they make the field goal, you have time to put something together for the Cowboys on offense.
3rd and 3. How will this Rams offense try to get the first down? They're going to throw, and Martin is sacked for the first time today. And who is it? Roy Williams ends up on top of him.
Well, it's unfortunate Jamie Martin didn't get more time. You watch Ernie Conwell, there's nobody there. He runs right by. It looks like Darren Woodson. And here's the pressure that he gets.
Ellis first to get there, and Williams was there if Ellis couldn't bring down Martin. And what a time for the Cowboys' first sack of the day.
Yeah, and I like the aggressiveness there of Mike Martz, putting the game in Jamie Martin's hands, letting him try to pick up the first down through the air. Good call. They had the guy open again. It was just protection that broke down that kept them from getting a big play.
Well, but what you've done by throwing the ball there is also put your field goal kicker now back to about 49 yards. Had they just handed the football off, you've got about a 41, 42-yarder up there, and for Jeff Wilkins, you've got to think pretty good shot from there. This is more of a 50-50 proposition.
49-yard try. Dallas just had to spend their final timeout. Rookie snapper, Kroll holding. The kick hits the upright. Jeff Wilkins has gone to kicking without a shoe on his right foot. This one barely got there and then hit the right upright about the spot where it meets the crossbar. And with that miss, Dallas ends up with terrific field position.
And the one thing about Jamie Martin and his decision back there, and I know there's a zillion things going on and you don't always see the rusher, but if your coach lets you throw the football there, probably the last thing Mike Martz said in his headset was, don't take a sack. Don't take a sack. He did, and probably cost him 3.
Now Dallas an opportunity with Quincy Carter over the middle. Wiley with a catch. Remember, Dallas, no timeouts remaining. 6-yard completion on first down.
But lots of time here.
Penalty flags before the play. There was movement along the line of scrimmage.
Prior to the snap, false start on the offense, number 87. That's a 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Go back to that key sack once again, and Jamie Martin here with time now to get rid of it. He doesn't see it coming from the backside, but at some point when you know the blitz is coming, just get the ball out of there. Don't take the sack. Don't allow your team to be forced into a 50-yard field goal.
Solomon Page now out of the game. Setting up a screen for Hambrick. And a tackle off the corner by Dre Bly.
Well, and again, that's Dre Bly going low, trying to hit him with a shoulder around the ankles. And you've got to come up and hit a guy and put your arms around him if you're going to make tackles in this league. I've seen that too many times from Dre Bly.
It's third down. Pressure on Carter. This time forward for a first down.
There you go, Quincy Carter. That's better. Now with the game on the line, he dives forward. Now it's time for him to stop the clock. And he got hurt a little bit. He's limping around.
29 seconds remaining.
I didn't see who it was that time, but somebody made a huge blitz pickup on that last player. Quincy Carter would have been sacked. There you go. Quincy Carter now, this time with the ball game on the line. No hook slide here. Diving forward, and he needed every inch of that.
Just did get enough yardage for the first down. Otherwise, it would have been fourth down. Dallas, no timeouts remaining. 2nd and 10. Down to the 35. And now up to the line to spike it again. And do you want to risk it and run another play, or take Cundiff, put him on the field with a chance to win it?
Boy, Trey Bly almost took Quincy Carter's head off on that last one. A delayed blitz coming off the corner. Got there just about a half a second too late. You're going to see him coming right here, and nobody picks him up. Hambrick doesn't see him, and just 1 second too late.
Yeah, and it's because of that blitz that Jamie Duncan went from the middle linebacker position out to cover the outside that left that big hole for that pass completion.
13 seconds remaining, no timeouts left. Over the middle. What a mistake. Now we'll see if the Cowboys can get up, line up, spike it in time. They do with 1 second remaining.
That was insane.
That was an awful big risk for 5 yards.
That was, I hope that the coaches didn't tell Quincy Carter to do that. I mean, that's taking a big risk. They lose the ball game if 1 more second comes off the clock. I thought they would have tried to throw something along the outside, pick up 5 yards, get out of bounds, and if you don't, you're still in position to go for the field goal attempt.
It's a tie game, 1 second remaining. 48-yard try. Rookie snapper and kicker. The kick is good, and the Cowboys are 2-2.
Looks like a college atmosphere. The Dallas Cowboys piling on top of each other in the middle of the field. It's like they won a bowl game. But you talk about the difference in 2 football teams, and this season for the St. Louis Rams, their field goal banks off the upright. For the Dallas Cowboys, theirs grazes off the upright and goes through.
Officially a 48-yarder, which is the long of the year and the career for the rookie Cundiff.
Credit the Cowboys for keeping Billy Cundiff this training camp. They had Tim Cedar. They decided to go with the rookie because of the stronger leg. It paid off.
And now with the Dallas Cowboys moving to 2-2, the St. Louis Rams are left at 0-4 and without Kurt Warner. From one extreme to the other for Jamie Martin in sheer ecstasy for the Dallas Cowboys. Noor knew it right away, and Cundiff wanted to keep watching. What was the reaction by Mike Martz? Nothing. (0-4) are the NFC champion St. Louis Rams. I'm Joe Buck for Troy, Chris, and Pam. Let's go to bonus coverage of Chicago and Buffalo. Let's join Kenny Albert and Tim Green.